Hi, my name is Erin Ralston, and I am an attorney with the Veterans Benefit Group of Goodman and Donnelly.
And I am Darcy Greene. I am a paralegal case manager at Goodman and Donnelly with the Veterans Benefits Group.
And we are here today to speak with you a little bit about the VA's new appeals program. I hope that you are joining us live. If you are, we'd love for you to leave comments and questions, and we'll get to them throughout our conversation. And if you're watching it after the fact, then don't hesitate to leave a comment or to send us an email or a telephone call, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. So today we just want to take a little bit of time to go over this new appeals program that VA has been unraveling in the last few months. Most veterans who have filed a claim or an appeal with VA have had their claim handled under what's being called the legacy appeals system. And what that means is if a veteran filed a claim and the VA issued a decision disagreeing with it, the veteran would have to file a notice of disagreement and potentially a substantive appeal in order to get their case before the board. But this year the VA has unveiled a new program. They've called it it's called RAMP, or the Rapid Appeals Modernization Program. And it is a completely different system. And basically what it allows is the veteran will not have to file those multiple appeals in order to get their case before the board. There are different steps that a veteran can take in order to appeal a decision. Essentially, once the veteran files the claim, if the VA issues a decision and the veteran doesn't disagree with all of it, the veteran has three options. They can either opt into the supplemental claim lane, they can opt into the lane for a higher level of review, or they can file an appeal to the board. And so what does that mean? What it means is if the veteran disagrees with the decision and they want to submit something new, then they can opt into the supplemental claim lane, and the VA will take a look. It has to be new and relevant evidence. If the veteran also needs help getting some records, maybe they need assistance with getting medical records or a medical opinion or some of their service records, when they're in the supplemental claim lane, then the veteran can ask for VA's assistance in getting that. Conversely, if a veteran feels that they have all the evidence that they need, but when VA made the decision, they just still got it wrong, then the veteran may want to opt into the higher level review lane. And what that means is a more senior claims adjudicator is going to take a look at all of the evidence that's before them, and they're going to make a new decision. The important thing to understand about this lane is that the veteran cannot submit any new evidence and cannot ask for VA's assistance in helping them to gather records or new evidence in support of their claim. So they only want to enter into this if everything that they need in order to grant the claim is already there. And then of course the third option for a veteran is to file an appeal to have the case go directly to the board, and their appeal can be heard there. So it's a lot faster to get to the board. You don't have to file multiple appeals in order to get there, and if a veteran isn't ready, if their case isn't ready to go there yet, then they have other options before them to try and either gather new evidence or get a higher level review from a more senior VA official. That being said, even though we know what the three lanes are, there's still a lot we don't know about how RAMP is going to work and how it's going to affect a veteran's appeal. And we have had some of our clients opt into it, and we've also had a lot of clients who have not. And I would encourage you, whether if you're represented or if you're unrepresented, to really take a look at your case and see if it makes sense for you to opt into this program. And one of the things that we've found that could be harmful for a veteran to opt into RAMP would be if you have an older appeal. If you have filed a claim years ago and your case has been to the board and it's been remanded back to the agency, when your case was before the board, your case was assigned a docket number. And that docket number allows you the right to have your case heard before anyone else who has a docket number issued after yours. So even if your appeal went to the board in 2000 and it was remanded and a bunch of stuff has happened since then, if it goes back to the board today, because you have that older docket number, your appeal would be heard before everyone else who had a docket number issued after yours. Under the new RAMP program, it's not going to work that way. You're not going to get the benefit of your old docket number. So if you have an older appeal, you're going to want to think really long and hard about whether it makes sense for you to opt into this program. One of the primary benefits that VA has said about the program is that they're going to try and issue a decision within 125 days. And that certainly may sound appealing to a lot of veterans to get a decision faster, but you want to think if by doing this, you actually may be cutting off your nose to spite your face, because you could lose the benefit and the right of having your case heard in that docket number order. So it's something that you want to think long and hard about. You want to look into it. The other thing we don't really know at this point too is exactly when the board will be looking at these appeals. Right now, the goal was to have the new board unrolled by February of 2019, but that's kind of the earliest date. So we don't know exactly when your case would be heard if it did go to the board. And so now Darcy's going to talk a little bit about what we have seen in some of the cases and how we're working with the regional office on them.
So the VA will send multiple letters to the veterans for the RAMP program. We have started to see 3 and 4 letters sent out to the veterans to get them to opt into this program. Now, the thing about opting into the program, a lot of the regional offices are turning into RAMP stations, meaning that they are only working on the RAMP claims. They are informing us if they are a RAMP station. They are informing us if your case has been transferred to a non-RAMP station. The thing about that is, if you have an older appeal and you know that, for example, your claim has been in Roanoke for the past 10 years, it may not be there now if Roanoke is now a RAMP station. It may be transferred out. So that is another thing to think about. Some of the paralegals on our team have noticed that the RAMP stations are not as responsive about who to contact about the case when we're following up to see the status of those who have opted into RAMP. It is hard to know who to contact. Sometimes it is even hard to know what the process of the regional office that is now a RAMP station, what their process is for contacting them and getting an update on their case. So it's not clear, a lot of things aren't clear. We do want to know where your claim is located. We do want to be able to get a status on your claim, but we're seeing that with these RAMP cases, that is very difficult to do.
And we say all of this not to discourage you from opting into the RAMP program. It seems like there may be some great benefit to certain veterans and their claims. We say it because we just really want you to do an analysis about whether your case is a good fit for the RAMP program. And if you have any questions about whether your case is a good fit, if you're already represented, I would strongly encourage you to go talk to your representative and see if you guys can look through and see if there's a benefit to opting into the program or not. If you're not represented, if you're thinking about filing a claim, or if you already have an appeal pending, we'd love to hear from you, and we'd be happy to take a look at your case and see if we think it's a good fit for RAMP. You can either comment below, you can give us a call. Our phone number is 877-VET-1010. That is 877-838-1010. Or you can send us an email. We would love to hear from you and go over any questions you may have. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.